Folks, hello and welcome to Statistics 211, Statistics with Aviation Applications. I am Jeff Barrows and I'm going to be your instructor over the next 9 weeks, and I look forward to working with each of you. I've been teaching statistics and statistics related courses for about 25 years now, and I always tell students when I start off my term with them that this is probably the best course you can ever take as an undergraduate student. And for many reasons. 25 years ago when I started doing this, we weren't in this age of big data, but we have reached that point, and I think everybody, regardless of the business area that you work in, people use data to derive information to make decisions, and that is the way of the world. So some simple things that we're going to learn here over the next 9 weeks will help you or give you some tools to help you in your data analysis and your quantitative reasoning as you look at data. At the top of my chart here, I found this word cloud over on the left-hand side, and this really kind of summarizes where we are in this day and age as we look at data. And I think there's a lot of terms that you're going to see in here as you go through your reading. So I thought it would just be nice to throw that up there and again, just sort of reinforce why this course is important. I know most of you are headed towards degrees related to aviation, and whether you're flying an airplane, or you're fixing an airplane, or you're working for an airline selling seats, data is important to you. And and again, with the right tools, you can turn data into information, and that helps your decision making. So my little word cloud that I found here, again, it's just kind of a neat thing, some nice colors in there as well, and some terms that you're going to see over the next 9 weeks. Excuse me. To the right of that, I've drawn this little graph over here that really sort of summarizes what we're going to do over the next 9 weeks as you look at the syllabus. It really kind of breaks statistics down into 3 things. Descriptive statistics, which deal with things like samples, and then inferential statistics that deals with things like populations. And we will certainly distinguish between a sample and a population as we go through the course. These 2 branches of statistics are connected through this idea of probability. And within this idea of probability, perhaps the most important result in all of statistics, and that is the central limit theorem. So as you go through the syllabus and you say, or you see that you're going to learn about descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, and probability, this is really how the 3 of those things relate. And we'll have some fun doing this as we go through the next 9 weeks. My number one goal, actually, I'll tell you, here's the list of things that I want to just kind of go over real quickly. My number one goal is really here at the bottom. I want you to have fun because, again, as I mentioned, statistics is really, regardless of whatever field you're in or plan to be in, I can't think of a single course that's more valuable to you than this course in statistics. So we're going to learn some things as we go along, but again, my number one priority here is to have fun. If you're having fun, you're learning, and so that let me kind of start there. But I'll go back to the top of the list here and talk about some things we want to get done this week, and really some things to emphasize as we go through the course. Number one, obviously, please read the syllabus and make sure everything is clear in there. If it's not, send me an email or give me a phone call. My contact information can be found in the course in the instructor information block. Please don't ever hesitate to send emails or give me a call. Happy to talk to you at any time. The one thing, when students ask me about statistics versus a course in, calculus or algebra, and they say, hey, is statistics harder than those courses? And here's what I typically tell them. It's really not about harder or easier. It's about the fact that statistics is more conceptual and there's a lot of terminology versus the computations. So the most important thing that you're going to do to prepare to be a good statistics student is really to focus on your readings. There is no substitute for the readings because, again, there's all sorts of new terminology that you're going to learn. as well as the concepts that go along with some of these things here that we're talking about in the upper right-hand corner. Tools to manipulate data, and then certainly when you get into inferential statistics. Third, again, as I'll just kind of reemphasize this, concepts and notation are likely new to most of you. So that's really where you need to kind of focus yourself when you're doing the reading. The reason I say that the concepts and the notation are probably the biggest challenge is because in bullet 4 here, I mentioned the fact that we're going to use Excel in a package called StatDisk to do most of the computational work. So I'm sure that most of you are familiar with Excel, so that won't be a bridge too far to learn some more tricks in Excel to manipulate data. Obviously the thing that I will say right up front is, though we're using software to do most of the computations, I don't want to minimize the fact that, the math is still important, but the thing that probably most important, excuse me, is your ability to interpret what comes out of Excel or StatDisk. So we'll be focused on being able to interpret results and how they tell us something about the data that we are trying to analyze. Bullet 5 here, again, questions are always good. Whether you put them on a discussion board or you email the whole class or whatever you're doing to ask a question, questions are always helpful. So again, don't hesitate to ever ask questions. They are good for everybody. Next to last bullet here, each week on the homepage, I will have an introduction message for you that sort of summarizes what we're going to do that particular week. And I think most weeks there'll probably be some sort of intro video in there for you to use as well, to kind of get oriented on the work that we're going to do during a particular week. And so I hope you find those helpful as we go along. And again, as I said at the beginning, as I started going through my list here, kind of the keys to success. Again, I want everybody to have fun. Again, this is a very valuable course. I think most students find that it's maybe it's not quite as challenging as maybe you thought, and that is all predicated on really taking the time to go through the readings carefully and make sure you're understanding the terminology. And then, I'm assuming most of you are probably, again, very comfortable with things like Excel. So this is probably a good combination for all of you, especially given the fact that most of you are going to be technically oriented in your work and in your studies. So again, it's my hope that everybody will have fun, and 9 weeks from now, we'll look back and say, this was a good experience. We learned something, and we had fun. So again, it's my pleasure to be with you. As I said, if you ever have questions, please email me, give me a call, send me a text, whatever. I will return your call or your text or whatever as quickly as I can. And I look forward to being with each of you. I wish you all the best and good luck. Thank you.